My name is Lyn Lucas. I'm a lawyer and I'm based in Newcastle, and I have my own online law practice.
And you have a statement that you would like to read?
Yes, I don't know whether you've seen the brief outline that I sent down, but just to give you a little bit of a background as to why I started the practice. I studied law as a mature age student, and I was in my late 40s, in my early 50s when I was admitted, and I'm now in my 23rd year of practice. So I'm 74 years of age and have no intention yet of giving up work. I had the opportunity of having my own practice for about 14 years after about 5 years working with other firms, and the main area that I worked in was family-based, family law, estate planning, conveyancing, etc. And after that time, I recently, in the last 3 years, merged that practice as part of my succession planning to a larger firm in Newcastle. So I do contract work now 2 days a week with them and run my online practice on the other days, not every day. So why did I start the practice? I found more and more that I was getting clients coming to me saying, we've separated, we know exactly how we're going to divide our property, and we don't want two lawyers, we just want one lawyer to look after the documents that have to be prepared. And I got to the stage when I was thinking about semi-retirement and thought, that's a niche market, because I was having so many clients asking me to do that. So I thought, well, it could also be online. I've had some dealings with online practices. I was part of an online Business Women's Network membership site, and also the production of an e-magazine. So I was fairly familiar with what was involved in setting up an online practice. I know a little bit about technology, but not enough to set up websites, etc. So I had some of my techie colleagues set that up for me, set up a Facebook page and a Twitter page, and I'm still struggling to understand Twitter, but Facebook's okay. And because I'm working in that area of family law, I only work for clients who have come to that agreement, so I don't do any litigation whatsoever. I got to the stage where I was finding family law fairly stressful, particularly when I was doing legal aid, which were mainly the children's matters, so I thought, well, this could be a win-win situation. I'm dealing with people who are in agreement, so we're not in dispute, and I'm not stressed either because I'm dealing with people who can get on. So how am I fulfilling those needs and expectations? Clients like my practice because I'm available. I'm there 24/7, but of course I don't answer emails and phone calls and whatnot 24/7. But they can communicate with me by SMS, by email, by telephone, by Skype, if they're not living locally. And they don't have to take time off work to come to see me for their appointments. I charge a fixed fee, which is quite attractive to clients because, particularly with family law matters, it can get pretty much out of control, the costs. So they know exactly what it's going to cost them and they can budget for that. And they're not worrying about those escalating costs into the future. So when it comes time to signing the documentation, I usually see one of the clients, and I have colleagues who will see the other party because they need to have that independent advice for the document to be legal. And I really feel that it's the type of practice that would appeal to a lot of lawyers like myself. Don't want to give up work particularly, but still want to have some funds coming in. Many of them have been sole practitioners, etc., who haven't had the opportunity to put away any super, but so they still would like to have that revenue coming in. And the other group of lawyers, I think, are the younger ones with young families who would like to be working from home. So there's been enough interest shown that I'm currently sourcing some information and advice to have a package that lawyers could use. So it would be the ability to set up a small website for themselves, a suite of precedents, etc. Because I think that would be an area that they would like to work in. I've been a mediator for a number of years, and in late 2014 I went to America to do specialised training in elder mediation because I could not get that training anywhere in Australia. So I also have an interest in elder law, and that's the area that I'm actually working in with the solicitors that I'm working with in Newcastle. And I have set up another website for that. It's not actually a business, but it is a resource site. I call that Solutions for Seniors. I have a real interest in, because I've joined the group of ageing Australians, in keeping them up to date with estate planning documents. They can download a booklet on estate planning if they want to from the site. And it's mainly on the estate planning issues. I have a real interest in elder abuse. Financial abuse is one of the highest now types of elder abuse. Frankly, I'm appalled at some of my colleagues and how they go about with estate planning documents. If I can educate older people and give them some advice, particularly on powers of attorney, then I feel that I can be of use there as well. So that's just a background of my online businesses.